Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global for January 5th, and this week joining me to discuss the news is mostly Sean, so you can say hello.
Hello.
That works. So, this week we've got quite a bit of news, but no new unit, which is a little strange. So, it's a banner with a really decent card, and I guess Shui Yu is kind of the unit of the banner. So, this is kind of strange. How do you feel about this, Sean? The way they're
Um,
doing this?
I think I'm going to reserve my judgment until we see, uh, the full the full rates of what's going to be on the banner, and then kind of later on in the news, we're obviously going to take a closer look at Shui Yu. I don't have any copies, so I'm wondering if it's going to be worth pulling for me, if I
Mm-hmm.
want the unit for the collection, or just yeah, if it's going to be a dud.
Yeah, and for those that didn't read the news yet, we're going to get to it in a minute, but Shui Yu is being updated, which is why she's on the banner. So we're gonna come back to that in a minute. But first of all, we're going to talk about this banner. So I didn't do quite the math, so we've got 13, what is this, 22K? 8, 13, 16, 19K. 19K for the step up. You're going to get 4 guaranteed Neos, some miscellaneous stuff like Master Crowns that aren't really kind of whatever at this point. But we're getting a card, is the big thing on this banner, and that's kind of it. There's no new unit, but it's got rate increases for Shui Yu or Shi Yi or however the hell you say her name. It's always a point of debate for people. But the card is like the big prize here. So this is the card. It's like a hybrid card, a little bit of HP, or actually it's a lot of HP because this is base HP, so that gets multiplied. That's 10,000 HP on a unit that has maxed passives. 130 attack and magic, 500 flat to both. The point 0.5 chain increase. I wish they'd stop that. For Brave Exvius units, 200% to both double hands, and then the Ice Imbue, like the light card we had last month on the Sakura card, or the month before, at some point. This card seems amazing. And then you got Lastwell in the picture, taking a day to go fishing. What do you think of this card, Sean? Is it worth 20K in your opinion?
20K is cheap for these cards for certain. Personally, my Lapis stash was devastated between near Christmas and everything in between. So I'm just about at 20K, so I'm going to be holding off until like the week of, like where the next news comes out, to see if it's going to be something I want. It looks super overloaded, and I'm guessing that the Resolute Mind buff is probably a 100% ice amp. I just noticed that there's HP on there too. I'm like, oh, that's cute, 2023. And
Uh-huh.
then they pair all these great stats and, you know, buffs and everything with the image of the character that's constantly underperforming. I love it. Just chef's kiss.
Oh, geez, it's true. He is getting a premium version soon, so maybe Global will adjust him because Global is known to fix premiums when they want to. Not always, but they do sometimes. Rip to everything else though.
I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet. I'll put money down on that. They
Oh,
ain't fixing him.
uh, it is possible. We'll see. I'm tempted for this card, and I don't know. Like, I skipped the Sakura card. Do you recall which one that was on? It was on like a banner I didn't like. I think it was the
That was Chrono
Chrono Cross.
Cross, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that banner. The game I love, but the banner I didn't like it, and I didn't go for it. This one's a lot cheaper. It doesn't have a unit on it, but it does have an older rerun unit. So we're gonna talk about Shui Yi. She's getting an upgrade now. In the past, I would have been Omega hype about this, like super cool, getting an upgrade. Global upgrades are amazing. They revamped the fan design units years ago. Then Elena got her awakening. It was amazing. They did the intrinsics for like Oliveira and Sky. They were amazing. But then the last 6 months, we've had straight garbage from the design team as far as unit upgrades. So we had like Melia, we had Napi, We had Eldrin. We had all this stuff that is Tiana, like the straight trash from the upgrade team. So, is this going to turn it around for us on a new year, Sean, or is this just like another version of Napi that does absolutely nothing for the unit?
Okay, so full disclosure, I have every intrinsic for every unit that is relevant. I
You
didn't make I didn't
made
make
Melia's?
Melia's.
I was
No, I
about to
did not
say.
make Melia's. I don't have Nappies because I wasn't paying for it. But Tiana, Eldrin, Carton, I've got all of them. So if I ever want to play with one of those units, I have the option to, and you never know. Anyways, so with Shui Yu, I I really, really desperately want these upgrades to be amazing for this unit. The problem is this coming Clash of Will, I'm not hoping for her to be relevant. Her numbers might be relevant if this Clash of Will was for her element, but it's not. And I
Mhm.
think what they're going to do is they're going to scale her to this Clash of Wills, and then next week, or next month, sorry, they're going to do the Chinese New Year one. New Chinese New Year going to come out, unit going to come out, and they're going to do Clash based on that. And unless it's water element, she's dead in the water.
Well,
Oh, that was unintentional, but
we
go me.
actually we actually know that the one for January is not water. We're gonna get to this
Yeah,
soon too.
that's what I was saying. So it's like we're gonna wait for February
Oh,
to see.
February's.
Yeah, Chinese New Year's in February, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see her clash unit then. And unless it's weak to water and her numbers are just like out of the park meta right now, she's not going to see any action. Maybe in Clash of Wills, or not Clash of Wills, Dark Visions. So I think it's a beast that's weak to water, maybe.
Reaper, uh, undead.
Okay, Ice Lightning Dark, and again, then she's still out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
not looking good for her. I really hope that she's got like just amazing numbers that push her like top of the meta, but it's not her month. So that next month, when it does kind of stabilize, she can see some use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna go over every single point, but basically they're giving her morale stuff. They're changing her LB and stuff. They're giving her. It looks like Nicole's passive. I'm assuming 100% single target water amp. Rod and Peril, and her STMR is getting upgraded, which is kind of nice. It's getting 100% true double hand for everyone, including other people, as well as 1,000 magic and spirit for her, which was a big problem she used to have. She needs a whole lot more than that. This preview gives us like exactly what it is, a preview. We're gonna need the data mine on Thursday to see really good. I'm hopeful. I already have her at EX2. From the previous thing, I got one copy of her, and then I ran her in like 3 different shard dungeons to get her to EX2. Huge regrets because that never paid off. I expected it to. It was a waste, basically. But if she's on the banner and I go for the banner, I could maybe get her EX3 depending on luck. And if they add VIP coins to the shop, they probably will if she's like the quote unquote banner unit. And as a limited, it should be 1,000 VIP coins or 100 shards. So I would need 2 copies to get EX3. And if it's worth it, I'll do the step up and see what happens. The card's really great. If she's like just like another Melia, another Napi, etc., then probably not. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes.
Boy, you're really huffing that copium over there. I'm like, that's even worse than like hoping that Surge is going to get like global buffs the next time they run a Chrono Cross banner, and that's not even confirmed.
Oh, jeez. I want her to be good. Like, 'cause it's a unit I have, but I just want all units to be good. Like, I want all the terrible units to be brought up to current levels. I don't want units to be overpowered, but I would certainly want her to be on par at the very least. And she is absolutely not. And if she gets something like Tiana, if this is like the extent of her upgrade, 1,000 spirit, it's not going to cut it. So.
Well, lie sins are. If Coral got upgrades that put him on par, you still wouldn't use them.
Probably true. But you never know.
But yeah, I totally agree. We should be like every unit should have a moment in the spotlight, even if it's brief. Like Ash got hers this month. Ash was incredible for Clash of Wills this month. I just scraped out a clear replacing her with Roberta.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yes, I got my rank 1 just moments before we recorded this, so riding high.
Just in time. And we're getting the login bonus. I'm just mentioning this real quick. It's mostly Lapis, but you're going to get a select ticket on day 1, which is nice. Usually they make you wait till like day 20 for this kind of stuff. Day 1 is super awesome. But you can select one of these units, and Knights of Grandchild is in here. So if you don't have his card yet, it might be worth getting one step closer. The rest of these are mostly outdated. I can't really see anything that stands out. Fledgling Warriors ST Mara is good if you don't have it yet. Kane had his moment. It's done. Celeste has super niche cases where she's used against an Aqua Ball. But overall, Avalanche Tifa is another premium. I didn't even notice her. Zidane just got his upgrade. His STMR is amazing now. So if you don't have any copies of him, there you go. Another premium I overlooked. For me personally, this list doesn't do a whole lot. How about you? Is there anything in here that's going to help you out, Sean?
Maybe getting Celeste EX3 or another Fledgling Warrior is probably going to be my pick. But Renoa and Angelo and Summoner Yuna both have dark support fields too, which could help out some people. So they're not an awful pick if you're looking to lean that way. And our next Clash of Wills boss is going to be weak to dark, so.
I
actually
might go Zidane. I think I'm one copy away from EX3. He did get upgraded, so I might do that. But yeah, overall, Knights of Grandchild is the absolute pick if you still need them. It's just that I don't at the moment.
No, we're done with them.
These do get, in JP, he got upgraded to get crowns and, a lot better. But, we'll see for global. Also, years and years late, but finally here, they are doing something with Star Quartz on Global. So we can exchange them for 3-star units, including ones everyone actually cares about. At least they're aware of what our discussions and stuff are, because these are the only 2 we really care about for 3 stars for their STMRs. Well, Guy, not really Amarant. But yes,
that's a weird way to spell Gao.
Gao, that's what I'm thinking of. Guy and Gao are the 2 we care about. That's what I was thinking of. And then for 4-star, same thing. I can't think of a relevant 4-star STMR that we care about, but there's only like a few. But yep, you can now get them. And then for people that have Balthier and still like using outdated units, Fran is here if you missed her the first time. Other than that, there should be other limited stuff if they do it like JP. So, for example, if you missed like the original Quistis or Gentiana, etc., they should all be in there. They are in JP. They may not be for global. They're mostly collector units. You're not going to use them or anything. But if you just want to have them for collection's sake and you missed them, you can get them, which is cool.
Yeah. No complaints about them making the most valuable currency useful again.
And then another thing is the trust coins are being updated at the shop. Again, super, super overdue, but it's awesome that it's here. So they are changing things like Omniprisms to infinite. I would suggest you not spend 25k on an Omniprism, even a single one, because you get them like water from raids at this point. I think I'm over 120 Omniprisms from raid summons. So
calm down.
Yeah, don't.
Dude, calm down. 120?
Oh, at least, probably more than. I get them like 2 or 3 a day from raid summons. If you do the raid summons, they come constantly at this point. If you do the overflow raid after you finish the boxes, Omniprism's super common from those things. But the big thing is Prism Moguls. This is the blank Trust Mogul containers. We're going to be getting 10 of them on top of I think they had 2 already in there. That's like 12 guaranteed Prism Moguls for trust coins, and that's really good. I might actually finally use one on global at this point, because I kind of want Elazul's TMR. It's really good, and I have the Moguls for that. How about you, Sean? Have you ever used one on global?
I've definitely used a couple already. I got, I think, 4 when they were were first released, I was moderately lucky. I know some people walked away with like 7, some people got like 1 or none. But yeah, I used a couple of them. I can't remember on what. It was something that I needed at the time, and like most of them I've saved for like limited TMRs or like where you get the TMR from the Moogles from the raid box or whatever, and then I never wound up pulling the unit on a limited banner, so I'm like, all right, well I guess I'll grab the Trustmaster if it was good or what have you. But yeah, for the most part, I think I still have one that I'm holding on to in the case of I desperately need this to complete this build on this new great unit. The Elixir Syndrome. I'm always going to need it later.
Do you know whose Trust Mogul I still have in the vault? Is Rayjack. I can finally get his TMR.
Rayjack, man. I've still got Chocobo Rain TMR Moogles. Like, if I want more copies of that.
Oh, jeez. Nice.
Yeah.
And then another upgrade is EX Exchange. They are changing relics to infinite. Flip Method messaged me immediately. He's very hyped about that, which is nice. It gives you a way to use. I've got a ton of these, and there's not much to use them on as an older player. But also, this is apparently where you're going to be getting awakening fragments for Fran and stuff. You buy the base copy with Star Wars, then you get her to EX3 through the EX coins. So that's cool. And then, Black Mage Golbez, etc., other New Visions Awakenings. So, very nice.
Now, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking here. You were saying Balthier's outdated and whatnot. If you had the original Blue Sky Bell and the second one they gave away, you buy a third one from the coin shop, can you stack her buff on him 3 times?
It does not stack, no, but because it's a 3-turn cooldown, you could, with Entrust, literally do his powered up LB every single turn at the cost of 5 party slots if you're entrusting every turn as well. So
yeah, but there's support chainers on the off turn.
Yeah, true. So, you could definitely go all in for Balthier at this point with a triple Fran party and LB every single turn.
Hey, if Balthier's all you got, then you got to make him work, right?
I mean, honestly speaking, you could probably clear some trials with that because it's decent. That's a heavy investment, but honestly, no, it's not, because at EX0 she can do that. She doesn't even need to be EX3. Yeah, at EX0, that's very doable. So,
yeah, anyways, before you get too far into this, go back to the Trust. Yeah, check out the price on those Star Quartz. Now, do you think that's a typo, or do you think they're valuing them at, $5K a piece?
Oh my god, that is either a typo or someone is straight up insane.
Do you have 5 million trust coins for all those Star Quartz?
I do not. That's got to be a typo. That's got to be. There's no way. That's got to be.
I told you it's the most valuable currency on Global.
Oh my god. I mean, they're also a straight up EX 5-star ticket is 15,000. So a UOC ticket that, again, you get tons of these from the raid these days is 5,000. They are definitely kind of bonkers on these pricing for some of this stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, where are they getting their meth? Because I want some.
Yeah, some of these prices are completely like. So 2 UOC is the same value as a Prism Moogle. What? That is generous.
Just wait, they're going to be like, yes, we typoed the Star Quartz price. The extra zero is supposed to go on the Prism Moogle price. Thank you for your time. Fuck
wow.
you, Gummy.
Oh, wow. I hope not. But the Item World stuff. So they're going to be adding new Item World craftable recipes to the Item World shop, I guess you can call it, on Thursday. So 3 items. So the Jester's Claymore is a just relatively whatever, what's the word? Hybrid 2-handed weapon with some stats. And I guess with the special, it can be okay. So this plus the new card is... why 25%? I was going to say...
It's 25 base, so it winds up to... You get 250 hybrid. So you slap... Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, It's 75 together.
Oh god, that's awful.
Yeah, what?
Hang
So,
on.
that's weird.
Oh, I think the original was 25.
Oh, so they're upgrading it,
Probably.
but not the enchant. What? Why not the enchant? That would be so good, because then you could have 300 double hand between this and the card and make something like Elena double hand a reality. With killers, which is usually a problem. But yeah, I mean, it's still okay. It's still not bad. It's just could be better.
Yeah, again, like I said before we went over the news. Yeah, so I checked the original. It is Fool Me Once, the basic version is 25. So with the enchantment, see, they just should have updated the enchantment then. Like,
Yeah, or made the unit upgrade or the item upgrade 75, and then the enchantment rounds it out. Yeah, unfortunate. So close to greatness.
I think Yish's TMR might actually give 75, so that could balance out somehow.
Oh,
So I mean, it's still an extra slot, but you could get there without too much difficulty.
and then the Mana Willow is a one-handed, so not really using for DPS. So this is mostly like just a worse version of Kalmia's, I guess. And actually, Kalmia's is 20% mana reduction, so this is 30. So actually, slightly better than Kalmia's STMR. So whatever, it's mana reduction for a healer or something.
You heard it here, folks. Better than Kalmia's STMR.
That's a very high bar to hit. And then Wandering Night's Lance, as Sean pointed out to me earlier, this is actually innately wind element. You're still never going to use it, but
it is a deep niche case best in slot where you need jump damage, either a jump damage, a spear, and a wind element all at the same time, or a combination of the two. This is going to be the best in slot, but chances are never going to see action with how weak wind is in the meta right now.
And the problem is the only jumpers that are even relevant, even slightly, would be the completely whaled out Sky. Her jump is naturally wind element. The only upcoming Dragoon is mid. Her jump is naturally wind element. So in both cases, you're going with Kane's STMR. But it's an option.
If you don't have it,
I guess if you really want that Roberta's dual wielding, never mind. Doesn't go in Roberta. Like the next best jumper is like so far down, like Kane, I guess, and he's the wrong element. So yeah. Whatever. It's for newer players.
Yeah, these are pretty much all for newer players. And you know what? They're not awful. They're not. The numbers wise, they aren't far behind where the tiers kind of lie. Like, I mean, most greats or most two-handed swords are around 220 for STMRs. The DV sword is like 405, which is a complete outlier at this point. So I mean, they're not awful. Like, if you're starting out and you need like a sword and you don't have like EX2 Fry or what have you, like this can be a stand-in until you get some of that better gear. So don't sleep on them.
It's kind of me and you were talking briefly. The reason I'm like a little harsh on these weapons is because I was expecting for the next like season of Item World, because the other ones lasted 3 months, so this is I guess going to be the next 3 months of upgrades. We had the Abyss staff, so we had one amazingly overpowered best in slot item from Item World, and then 2 filler stuffs. This one I was expecting that one amazing item and 2 fillers. I guess in Gumi's eyes, this is like the amazing item, but it's really not. It's not that great. It's nowhere near the relative power level of Abbot's staff, which is quite literally a best in slot item for magical tanks. This is pretty far from that. But whatever, we're gonna move on. So we're getting Dark Visions. Dark Visions. This is an unshareable Dark Visions, starting on Thursday. Final bosses on Saturday. And then this is where you need to try hard, because this is not shareable, meaning if you want Galvanite, you need to rank at least 3,000 for a single copy and at least 1,000 or higher for 2 copies. This is what I was talking about, where Galvanite becomes very rare. So I personally generally rank somewhere between 400 to 50. So I'm assuming this doesn't change, from usual. I'll get to. Where do you, in general, rank in dark vision, the unshared dark vision, Sean?
Unshared, I can break into the top 500 sometimes, but I'm not that sweaty about it just because I know, like, it's a money thing. Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
want to be in the high ranks of dark visions, you either have to have the right units from the right time and just pulled smartly, which, sometimes I do, but other times it's like you got to compete with the guys with two dazzling demoness running meteor. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, it's you're never going to get the top spot unless you spend like mad or you got some serious big brain strats. And I don't have time, man. I got two kids. I can't be sweaty about this.
But around 500 still gets you the two, as long as you're top 1,000. So you should be good. But yeah, so for players that usually do a casual like rank 5,000 clear, you might want to try a little harder just to get a Galvanite. And again, for those of you that can't rank that high, Galvanites are not that big a deal. It's mostly for the min maxers out there that want every possible advantage on specific races. So if you can get them, go for it. If you can't, it's not the end of the world.
Sensor, what are you doing, man? Don't try for this stuff. Just be casual. Stay in your low ranks. Don't push higher. Leave the Galvanite for me, man.
Yeah. Also, dark matter is finally being upgraded on dark visions. Again, years late, but we're getting 2,000 all the way up to rank 2,000, and then it drops off from there. But as long as you get rank 2,000 or higher, you will be getting 2,000 dark matter, so you can get the dark visions weapons, which are one of them is two of them are really good actually. I don't think anyone really wants the staff at the current time. And for a quick preview of the final boss, these are the sub bosses. They should be relatively whatever. I think in JP, I'd have to look it up, but I think this is when they started doing immunity on sub bosses. I don't see a note of that. I'm going to real quickly grab that information, and we're going to see if this is the case. We're going to pop over to the JP page of this. We're going to look together. And Dark Visions 27 and JP. Was this where the sub bosses had immunity? No, this is not immunity. Okay, so it's not yet. So Doom Train is basically immune to or resistant to non-evoke. You need evoke for Doom Train. It was designed for Yuna or Rydia. Because he takes 95% reduction to everything except evocation. I don't see that in the news with Global, so they must not be doing that. And then the and then the Winged Dragon has So it must be the next Dark Visions where they started doing immunity to the wrong type. So like
Yep.
you can't do physical damage on the mage bosses.
Wasn't Doom Train the one where people would cheese it by casting re-raise on it and then bringing it back to life and without the buff on it?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. You can also do that for the other ones as well, the ones that are straight immune. You can kill them. Honestly speaking, these sub bosses, at least in JP, are pretty easy to cap. Like a single Yuna will cap Doom Train, and she was given for free. But obviously, if you don't have Yuna, it could be trickier. And then you can do the re-raise thing as long as it's not a Reaper. So Doom Train's a fairy, so that's fine. But some of them are undead, and those can't be re-raise tricked. But again, it's very simple to cap these sub bosses. Like VV will handle almost all the magical fights, and then physical fights are a joke no matter what. But yes. And then final boss is Dullahan. It is locked to Ice, Lightning, and Dark, which is going to be interesting. So, just ballparking, what do you think is a good element to go for most people for this one, Sean? What is your estimate?
I'm probably thinking that most people are going to go Sylvie Lightning.
Sylvie Lightning?
Yeah, you're going to bring Sylvie, Wilk, A2, 2B, And who else could you slot in there that's meta for damage right now? Probably Olive.
Could work. And a different option could be Ice Element with Shui Yu. Not Shui Yu. Oh God, I'm getting rid of him. What's her name?
Ayaka.
Ayaka. Yep, Ayaka. Regina could be fun to try out. Now that Regina has a proper amplify, she could be worth using. So it'll be fun. I don't think Dark is going to be seeing much use because we don't have a good Dark support currently. But yeah,
Yeah, unless Diosius comes out on the second week of this thing, Dark is dead in the water.
that would be so hilarious if they did because they're probably not going to. That would be really ahead of schedule. They'd be skipping a lot of banners, but it would be hilarious if they did for this Dark business. Because speaking of, Dark is the primary weakness for January's Clash of Wills. So that would just be the cherry on top for them to sell Diosius as the Clash of Wills unit just for the leaders. They're not going to. I don't think. But it would be funny. So here's the preview for Clash of Wills. Fire, Dark, or Dark, Fire, and Ice, Dark primary. Notice that it is not weak to light elements, so near units, huge middle finger to them. Nier was mostly shut out from December. Apparently, it is they can't use their good amplify for January. So a big sad face there. They're, of course, still good damage dealers, even off element, but it's a big hit compared to light. So once again, it heals. I didn't love the healing on the last one, but it's doing it again. So you need to race the healing for this boss. And yeah, we'll know more about that when it comes probably end of the month. And that's kind of it. So anything else that I missed, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, like, I really wish they gave a little bit more information on the Dark Vision stuff, or not the Dark Visions, but the Clash of Wills. It's like, yeah, it uses elemental, physical, and magic attacks. Like, gee, like, really? It's gonna attack us?
Yeah. It would be nice. They give a slight bit more in the actual preview of the week it's coming, but even that is like 3 sentences at the most about what it does. Yeah, it would be nice to have like a proper like for players that did like World of Warcraft, like the Dungeon Journal for little boss previews. So something more detailed like that would be super awesome.
Yeah, like just even a breakdown of like what attacks do what kind of damage. Like they don't have to give the numbers behind it like the wiki does, but just say like, hey, Minty Beam is non-elemental magic. Like instead of leaving it for the player to figure out that's like, oh, it's not actually like ice typed or whatever, like you got to go deep in the wiki if you want to like there's no way you can really beat that boss without going into the wiki most of the time.
Yeah. That's it. So, still no, I guess, Dark Visions, but other than that, no real like event or trial or anything. But we have Dark Vision, so at least I'll have stuff to make videos about next week. I know for the past like week and a half, I've been kind of like MIA because there's been nothing to do. Dead week. But yeah. So we'll be doing more videos this upcoming week. Thanks again for joining me, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, indeed. So see you guys on Thursday. Later.